I want to talk to you about the mission of Teaneck Public Schools and how we get there. How do we fulfill our goals and priorities? Let me begin by talking with you about the purpose of a school board as I am learning. Its main function is to establish the goals or the policies, the direction in which we believe the schools need to head. It's a big picture, but it's an important one for sure. We can then propose measures in how we can try to achieve those goals. But at this point, we hand it over to the superintendent, whose job it is to fulfill these goals or to achieve these long-term objectives. And finally, the board needs to appraise exactly how the job is being done or accomplished and what resources are required in order to achieve those goals. I think the second, maybe the most important part of the equation here is really what our schools are about. And we know what the public schools, all schools, are about is trying to make it possible for our students to achieve at the very highest level possible, to really tap into the potential of each of our students, and to make, therefore, learning an objective that we need to underscore and emphasize. But I wanted to add one more point to this. Learning, of course, is considerable and challenging, but I believe the environment that we establish for learning is also important, maybe even more important. And by that I mean the famous acronym SEL, social emotional learning, the well-being, right, of our students. To understand teachers, and I happen to be a teacher myself, is really much more important to find a way to really serve our students as mentors and not only for instruction. And I've been working at, and I have mentioned before, in trying to establish an environment in which whenever conflict might emerge, and here I'm talking about low-level conflicts, it's important to engage our students in trying to resolve them together. And so how do we therefore achieve these goals? It always does, right? Begin with and ends with the superintendent. Reports to the board for sure, but is the individual who is managing the day-to-day. But in addition to top-down, I really do believe in bottom-up, as we know. And so once again, I want to encourage you to find a way to join the conversations that I am organizing, informal, confidential, and increasingly face-to-face, in order to hear from you, to understand what's important for you, so that we can, right, bottom up, get an idea of what it is that we need to listen to, and whenever possible, to try to propose and to advocate for. So again, I invite your participation, and as always, feel free to get in touch with me.